The most popular budget rule in America tells you to spend 50% of your income on needs. 50%. But according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household already spends over 65% of their income on just three things: housing, food, transportation, that is before insurance, before childcare, before a single medical bill. Which means the 50-30-20 rule is broken before you even start. And if you have tried it and failed, it is not because you are bad with money. It is because you were given a formula designed for an economy that no longer exists. In this video, I'm going to show you the method that actually works. It takes 10 minutes to set up. You never track a single dollar, and it guarantees you hit your savings goal every month. Let me tell you about Rachel. Rachel is 29 years old, lives in Austin, Texas. She makes $55,000 a year. That is about $3,800 a month after taxes. She heard about the 50-30-20 rule online. It seems simple. It seems smart. 50% for needs. That would be $1,900. But Rachel's rent alone is $1,400. Add utilities, car insurance, gas, and groceries. Her needs came to about $2,500 a month. That is 66% of her income. Just on needs, before she bought a single coffee or a single meal out. She tried the 50-30-20 rule 3 separate times. She failed every single time. And every time she failed, she told herself the same thing. I am just bad with money. She was not bad with money. She was following a rule that did not fit her life. The 50-30-20 rule was created in 2005 by Senator Elizabeth Warren and her daughter Amelia Warren Tyagi. They published it in a book called All Your Worth. In 2005, the median rent in the United States was about $700 a month. In 2026, it is over $1,500. That is more than double. But incomes didn't double. Healthcare costs went up. Childcare went up. Groceries went up. Transportation, insurance, student loans, all up. The rule was designed for an economy where 50% of your income could realistically cover your needs. For most Americans in 2026, that is simply not true. And there's another problem with this rule that nobody talks about. The 30% wants category. It sounds like a limit, but psychologically, it works as permission. When someone tells you that you are allowed to spend 30% on wants, your brain treats that as a target, not a ceiling. You end up spending more on wants than you would have without the rule. A survey by Bread Financial found that 20% of Americans are so stressed about money that they are scared to even look at their finances. Traditional budgets are not reducing that stress. They are adding to it. But here is what I really want you to understand. The problem with the 50-30-20 rule is not the percentages. You could change it to 60-20-20 or 70-15-15. Some financial experts now recommend that. But that is still not the real fix. The real problem with every traditional budget is the order. Think about how most people handle money. Paycheck arrives, bills get paid, groceries bought, a few dinners out, maybe some online shopping. And then at the end of the month, whatever is left, that goes to savings, which is usually almost nothing. This is the default order for 90% of Americans. Earn, spend, save what is left. And it does not work. because there's never anything left. The problem is not your willpower. The problem is not your salary. The problem is the order of operations. And there is a method that flips it completely. It takes 10 minutes to set up. You never have to track a single expense. And wealthy people have been using it quietly for decades. It is called reverse budgeting. Some people call it pay yourself first. And the concept is almost embarrassingly simple. Instead of saving what is left after spending, you spend what is left after saving. The moment your paycheck hits your account, a set amount automatically transfers to your savings and investments. Before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, before you touch a single dollar, the saving happens first. Automatically, every single time, then you live on whatever is left. And here's why this works when everything else fails. There's a concept in psychology called Parkinson's law. It says that a resource will expand to fill the space it is given. With money, this means if $4,000 sits in your checking account, you will spend $4,000. If $3,400 sits there because $600 was already moved to savings, you will spend $3,400. Your spending naturally compresses to fit what is available, without willpower, without tracking, without guilt. And by the way, you already use this system. If you have a 401k at work, money is taken out of your paycheck before it ever hits your bank account. And you survive. You do not starve. You do not miss rent. Your spending just adjusts. Reverse budgeting does the same thing. For everything. Now here's what happens when people switch to reverse budgeting. They expect to feel the squeeze. They expect to run out of money by the third week. They expect to hate it. But something surprising happens. They do not run out of money. They still eat out. They still buy coffee. They still live their normal life. The only difference is, at the end of the month, there's money in their savings account that was not there before. People who try zero-based budgeting, which is the most detailed method, typically discover $100 to $300 a month in spending they cannot even explain. Subscriptions they forgot about. Impulse buys they do not remember. Small charges that add up to real money. Reverse budgeting does not make you find those dollars. It just makes them irrelevant. Because the savings already happened. Whatever you waste after that, it comes out of your spending money, not your future. That is the shift. Do not budget your spending. Budget your saving. Let me show you exactly how to set this up. You need 3 accounts. That is it. Account 1. Your bills account. This is where your paycheck lands. Rent, utilities, insurance, car payment, minimum debt payments. All auto-pay from here. These are your fixed costs. They do not change month to month. Account 2. Your savings and investment account. A high-yield savings account at Ally, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, or SoFi. Set up an automatic transfer from your bills account on the same day your paycheck arrives. Start with 10% if you are just beginning. 15% if you can manage it. Even $50 a month works if that is where you are right now. The amount matters less than the automation. Account 3. Your spending account. This is your guilt-free money. After bills are covered and savings are transferred. Whatever is left goes here. You can spend this on anything you want. Coffee, dinner, clothes, entertainment. No tracking, no categories, no guilt. When this account runs low, you slow down. When it runs out, you wait until next payday. That is the entire system. Let me show you what this looks like with real numbers. Say your take-home pay is $4,000 a month. Bills account. $2,200 auto pay for fixed expenses. Savings account. $600 auto transfers on payday. That is 15%. Spending account. $1,200. Yours to use however you want. In 12 months, you have $7,200 saved without ever tracking a single purchase. Remember Rachel from Austin. She stopped trying to make the 50-30-20 rule work. She set up 3 accounts in one afternoon. Auto transferred $450 a month, about 12% of her income. For 6 months, she did not track a single expense. She did not open a spreadsheet. She did not feel guilty about a single coffee. After 6 months, she had $2,700 in savings. The first time in her adult life, she had real savings. Not because she became more disciplined, because she changed the order. Now, I want to be clear. Reverse budgeting is not the only method that works. If you want maximum control over every dollar, zero-based budgeting is powerful. Apps like YNAB are built for that. And people who use it save an average of $600 in the first 2 months. But if you have tried detailed budgets and quit every time, reverse budgeting is the method designed for you. Because the best budget is the one you do not have to think about. The 50-30-20 rule is not evil. It was a good idea for a different time. But the economy changed, and the rule did not. The problem was never you. The problem was the order. Save first. Automate it. Live on the rest. That is the entire system. What budget method have you tried? And did it actually stick? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you have never saved a single dollar consistently, tell me that too. No judgment. That is exactly who this video was made for. Subscribe to Wealth Storyline. Every week we break down the money systems most Americans were never taught. In the next video, I'm covering the 401k, the other account where your money should be going automatically, including the free money most employers offer that 70% of Americans never fully take. It is on your screen right now. See you there. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice.